guys, I have Rachel Malm here with me. We are at USA Spirits Ratings. Rachel, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we're going to talk about, what goes on the floor of a wine shop or a bottle shop. Rachel has been working there in really helping drive the sales, and we're going to talk about mainly on how to educate consumers on craft spirits here. So Rachel, why don't you give a little background about yourself? You've been bartending and now you've been doing this. So just give us a context story on how long have you been in the industry?
Yeah, I was bartending for almost 8 to 9 years, and then with COVID happening and everything, and the shutdown, kind of found a way to repurpose my skills in making craft cocktails and that sort of thing for specialty bottle shops that we're lucky enough to have here in like the metropolitan area of San Francisco. So I help recommend people looking for how to make like a cocktail that they've had at a restaurant, and so kind of help home bartenders to recreate the experience that they've had from other bartenders out in the world.
Nice. The concept sounds interesting. So now I understand that it's mainly like bitters as well you may be selling and all the cocktail ingredients, right? So define the concept of exactly your business.
Yeah, it's a craft cocktail supply shop. So we kind of specialize in niche items from like other countries and
so it's mainly the spirits.
Spirits, yes.
Not
wine.
Not wine.
We kind of don't have any beer or wine because we like to be able to focus on the spirits, and that is what allows us to carry such a wide inventory of options for.
So is it like you have to be responsible for sales, right? For example, customer service, or like merchandising? I'm just trying to think. So.
Helping to like. I'm there to like talk about spirits with people and share my passion about cocktailing and spirits. And so it's a really small team. We're kind of all hands all across the board.
So when someone's walking into the store, you're greeting them, and then you're like, most of the people who are walking in are walking in because they already want to create some cocktails and they're looking for ingredients, drinks, I guess, right?
Yes, lots of people come in with a specific shopping list for a specific cocktail that they had maybe out on vacation.
Got it. And what are some of the, let's say, things that you use to introduce them, or just to say hello? Are there any tips that you can give on how people can approach a new customer walking in?
I definitely always like to check in with the customer and see where they're at, where their level of experience is.
So what questions do you ask? Like?
If a customer asks me for a recommendation, I usually definitely like to ask them what they've had in the past and maybe some things that they didn't like about that or some things that they did like about that, and that can kind of help me narrow down and guide them in a direction that's ultimately going to be like satisfying for them, because we want to definitely make sales, but also make sales to our customers that are actually make sense, and they'll keep coming back for our expertise.
Got it. Is this more of a club membership or something where you take more details as well at the point of purchase, or they just buy and they go?
We definitely have kind of a group of customers that are a core group of customers. We have a Negroni club, and we have a specialty gin club and that sort of thing. And
you provide extra service as well, like meaning, if they want any support, can they reach out to you guys anytime when they're making cocktail at home as well?
We definitely have an email inbox that we stay on top of, and we get calls at the shop asking for advice sometimes, but we do definitely do a good job of writing down any recipes for people when they come in. We also have recipe cards that are already made up. We have a really great graphic designer that works with us, so we have some really great branding material that's easy to share with people.
Got it. What are some of the common questions that you've seen customers ask you?
Let's see. Mostly people are just kind of interested in allocated spirits.
Okay, like I'm looking for limited, like,
yeah.
Okay, interesting.
People are very interested in those sort of like limited batches and very kind of niche spirits. So helping to find them, whatever like gin that may not actually be that specific one, but can kind of fit in that profile that they're looking for.
Okay. What about, do they ask about price at all, or it's not the market you're serving?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes definitely getting a price range is always good. However, it's definitely more of a specialty shop, so people are coming there because they're looking for that very specific item and are willing to pay the higher
So
price
let me
for
ask you a
it.
tough question, which would be maybe someone is walking out without buying anything, right? Where you think that maybe the store could not fulfill an order, maybe they could not find, or whatever the reason. Do you guys do anything about it, or do you say, excuse me, or whatever it is, just to try and see what happened there?
No, I mean we're pretty low key.
Okay.
We're pretty casual. It can be overwhelming because it is primarily a spirits shop. So some people may come in and take a look around and just say, "Wow, that was a lot for me," and maybe I'll put that on the list to come back to.
Got it. So you've seen, because of I think the niche category, maybe you may just get people just to try and do a little price check or a flavor check, and then maybe it's overwhelming, as you say, right?
Yeah, we do skew a lot of business for online. We ship alcohol throughout the state of California. So we do in those instances where people say, oh my goodness, like this is an adult candy store. Like there's so many things in here. We definitely point them in the direction of our website. I do some of the descriptions, mainly for like the agave spirits, on our website. We take a lot of pride in our tasting notes and our product descriptions. They're all usually written by somebody on staff. So it's a really great resource for people that may not be able to make it into the shop or may not find the shop to be the right fit for them. They can try checking us out on the website as well.
On merchandising, right? One of the last questions that we want to ask is, what kind of tips you may have that, Shelf Talker is one example, right, on how you may merchandise the product. But any other things that you have seen working that really helps, move the product?
Yeah, something that's done a little bit differently at our smaller bottle shop. We organize our spirit categories by like a flavor profile. So our bourbon wall, we do have like all of the wheated bourbons kind of all together with more of like the finished bourbons in a specific area. Our spicier rye at the top going down to softer rye in the bottom. So it's a good way for our coworkers to be able to guide somebody. If they say, oh, I like this bottle on this shelf, then it's an easy way for you to be able to recommend that, or for you to know that you'll probably be able to have a successful recommendation recommending something that
like how you would ask in a bar, right? Like what kind of drinks you're drinking, and then you would go in the subcategory, and that's where you sort of...
rather than having it like organized alphabetically, we have it organized by actual like flavor profile. So it makes it really easy for customers. You can kind of tell them that, oh yeah, if you see a bottle you like, the bottles that are going to be near to that bottle would probably be in the same vein of something that you're looking for. And for coworkers too, when we're trying to make recommendations like on the spot, it's very easy to be like, oh, okay, we're in the soft wheated section, and you don't have to go from, Templeton rye, which is a T, all the way to, another one that starts with an A or a B or something like that.
Got it. Have you seen any, tricks where you can sort of increase sales, on upselling, meaning someone has picked up, whiskey, and you may want to just sell a biter or like a mixer. Any things there?
Oh, absolutely. It's a very, very simple kind of suggested selling because we are a specialty craft store. People do take to heart our recommendations, so it's very easy to make a recommendation. And somebody's buying a whiskey and say, hey, I was having that the other day, and we've got these fantastic bitters that just go beautifully with it. I'll tell you about them, and most of the time people are very interested to hear about that.
Super, Rachel. Anything else you may want to add, or any closing remarks for the folks out there?
No, I'm all good. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.